Hi everyone, and welcome to another Tribe Forex Power Hour. Today is February 25th, 2014, and this is Marcello, and here with me is Nino, Pro FX Trader. Say hi, Nino, if you can, if you're there.
Hi everyone, how's it going today?
Great to have you with me. They had another great session last night in a live trade room, and we're looking forward to better trading going forward. We should have a really great trading session on Thursday, as Nino was talking to me about, so we're going to look forward to that. Anyway, how does it work? What are we going to cover today? Our agenda. First, we're going to cover how it works. How do we make money in the markets? Secondly, we're going to go into our daily market analysis, and if there are any trades that we had taken, we're going to talk about that, or trade calls previously taken. We're going to talk about those. Okay, so first off, our formula for success is that at 5 p.m. or after 5 p.m. Eastern time, we look for our market bias. Okay, so right about now, it's right around 6 o'clock, almost 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. This is a good time for us to look at the market and to tell what's going to happen next. Okay, after that, we determine our bias, which is the probability of price moving in one direction or another. So if we think that price has a high probability of moving up, we call a buy bias. If we think price has a high probability of moving down, we call a sell bias. We have two ways to execute that bias. One is to take a set and forget it trade. That means that we set the trade at night, and we take the trade and we let it run to stop loss or take profit, and that's it. Or if you want to make more profits, you can also go into the trade room. We have a live trade room Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we can trade in the direction of our biases using our pods. Okay, that's our points of decision, and that way you can leverage for much bigger profits. And that is how we do it, folks. So let's go ahead and take a look at the charts and see what we have. I'm going to start with the euro dollar. What we said yesterday about the euro dollar, to recap our earlier sessions, we said that this was kind of a no trade day. We didn't know where price was going to go, and the call for the day was to really trade the consolidation. What does that mean? Look at the areas of support and resistance and trade off of them. So we had a support area, or a resistance area, I should say, at 137.55, and that's really what we trade. There's an intersection of the trend line and our horizontal support and resistance and our Fibonacci's. Now, if I go down to a lower time frame, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. There's an opportunity right there. Here it goes right here. There's a reversal candle. It's bouncing off our Bollinger Band. Nice ability to sell off there at the top to the bottom. So you could have had a nice sell opportunity here on the euro dollar, and that's precisely what Nino did in his session. So if you want to know more about that, guys, go to the live trade room. Go to tribeforex.com and sign up for the live trade room, where you will be able to take trades with a real pro Forex trader and a very high quality trader, if I do say so myself. With Nino, he is phenomenal at what he does, and I'm glad to have him with me, and I'm glad to have had some part in his career. So you're done a really good job in that trade, Nino. If you want to know more about it, if you guys want to actually see the session, or see the screenshot from that session of him making those profits, simply go to tribeforex.com, and you can actually add Nino FX Trader. Go to his profile, and you should see it there, or you can just see it on the website where he may have posted. Okay, and that is that for the euro dollar. So euro dollar today, actually, we're going to call consolidation again. So we could possibly see price bounce off 137.50 again, in that vicinity, and really look to come down. So actually, that's what I'm going to call. I'm going to call 137.50. I'm going to call a sell on the euro dollar, and we're going to play the consolidation in that manner. So we're going to look for it to get to 137.50 in that vicinity, and then we're going to look for price to move down. So I'm looking for price to get to, I'm going to say, because there's a mini trend line in here, at 137.60. So look for a sell-off of 137.50 to 137.60, and look for it to come all the way down back into the consolidation. And we have at least 50 pips here. Now look, guys, yesterday's movement was 50 pips. It's not a lot of movement. Why? Because we're in consolidation. The market hasn't made a very big decision about anything. Is this the best time to trade? Are you going to make the most profits during this time? Probably not. You need to have movement in the market. That happens in the beginning of the month. sometimes at the very end of the month. We're not quite there yet. So we're not getting a ton of movement here on the euro dollar, but I do think that there's going to be a sell here right off of consolidation points. Okay? And so that's that. 137.50. All right, so the pound dollar, we actually had what we thought. We called a buy on the pound dollar yesterday, and pound dollar did move up. Now, once again, we're not having huge movement on the pound dollar from head to toe here, from low to high. We had about 88 pips. Really from open to the high, actually that's not too bad. We had about 78 pips. So that's not terrible. It's not a blockbuster day on the pound dollar either. It went right up to our area of resistance here at 167.28 and bounced right off it. Now, we didn't have this on here earlier. This is actually the previous day's high. Okay, so the previous day's high, or the previous day's high in that vicinity, in proximity to it, was 167.23, 167.32, and finally 167.40. So right in the 167.30 area, that was going to give us what we needed there. And 167.30 is going to be considered our area of support, of resistance right now. Looking at it, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 touches in that vicinity. Price does approach that area. We're going to look for price to push back down into this consolidation again. Okay, so that's what we're looking for here on the pound dollar. Actually, I'm going to call a sell on the pound dollar. I think that it can go up or down, but I'm going to be looking for a sell here on the pound dollar and for us to get back into consolidation. Okay, and that is the pound dollar sell, euro dollar sell, pound dollar sell in consolidation, so that you know. So we can have price go back and forth and end with a doji very easily. We're still in consolidation, so that's not like a buy and hold day, if you will, unless there's massive movement and something comes out that we didn't expect. We're not going to hold on to that position. We're going to get in, get our money, get out. Pound. Okay, so we just talked about the pound dollar. New Zealand. All right, so the New Zealand dollar, we called a buy on the New Zealand yesterday, and it wasn't a clear one. Our clear trades for us were the pound dollar. I believe it was the dollar Swiss, I believe is what else we called yesterday. We did not call the euro dollar. Definitely called the pound dollar. I think we called the New Zealand. The New Zealand, I think we called a buy on the New Zealand as well. And you can see that the New Zealand went up 17 pips, came down 10 pips. All in all, it didn't have a huge range, but it did go 17 pips to the upside and really closed in a doji. What does that mean for us? I don't really know what that means for us, actually. And once again, we're in a consolidation. That's what it can mean for us. And that's what we've got to look for. So we've got 1, 2, 3 touches on this tiny trend line that we have here. 83.36 is where price wants to come to, I would suppose. We do have some lower areas of support that we can look to, but they're far down. And for that reason, besides the 23.6 fib area, we can probably look to see price retrace a bit on the New Zealand. So I'm going to call a sell on the New Zealand dollar. So I've got a sell on the euro dollar, small sell, guys. Not looking for a lot of profit on this one. New Zealand, unless some news comes out that we're not taking into account. New Zealand, we're looking for the euro dollar sell, pound dollar sell, New Zealand dollar sell. Aussie dollar, my Aussie dollar. I need my charts. Okay, great. Aussie dollar also, guys, is looking like it's going to sell, just because we don't have a massive amount of movement and a massive amount of news that's coming out here on the Aussie dollar. So what's going to happen is we have this trend line above. We had a trend line before. Now we've got a new trend line. We have 3 points of contact on this trend line, actually 4. And we're going to look for 90.32 to be our support area, our resistance area, and we're going to look for price to come back down to this 50 EMA. So it's about 30 or 40 pips, not an awful lot. But if you look on the day yesterday, we barely had any movement at all. Okay, we had 33 total pips of movement, right down here to the 50 EMA. We're going to have about 40 pips of movement if it does move down there, and that's going to be our support area. But we're really abutting the area, the trend line, and also an area of support and resistance, here at 90.50. So that's what we're looking for on the Aussie dollar, and that's it. That's what we got. So I'm going to look for a sell on the Aussie dollar here. Euro yen did exactly what we thought it would, guys. We had drawn in 14100 as our resistance area and the 38.2 fib area as our support. Man, it's like magic when these things happen like this. But it's exactly what we thought. It was consolidation. It's going sideways. It literally touched the top and the bottom of our support and resistance areas. Wow, it just, man, I couldn't have drawn it better. You know, so if you want to look at that and see how that worked out and really want to concretize and reinforce your own belief in the use of support and resistance, then please, by all means, go to my video from February 24th, 2014, and you will see me call this one, and you will see our trend lines and our areas of support and resistance exactly where they were, and me say that we're going to call consolidation, and that was the play. If I go down to a lower time frame, you'll see exactly what happened. Price went right up to that 140.97 area. In fact, let me go there. Here it goes. This is yesterday, the 24th, okay, or the beginning of the 25th. Price goes right up to it, gives us kind of a triple threat formation at 140.100, gets up to 140.95. Ours is at 140.97, so within 2 pips, and begins to make its descent. Comes all the way back down to the 38.2 fib area and bounces right off of it. Doesn't get better than that, guys. That is just textbook. So that's what we called yesterday on the euro yen. We're going to call consolidation again on this pair just because there's not a ton of news. Unless there's some form of intervention here, we're going to look for more consolidation on the euro yen. Maybe we'll see price come down to that 38.2 again, or test this 50 EMA and then move back into the consolidation zone. Okay, so that's that on the euro yen. So no real call on the euro yen as far as a set and forget it trade is what I would say. Okay, dollar yen, you can see here that we're kind of moving out of this consolidation zone. I'm actually going to call a buy on this one. I'm going to think that price is going to come down, test this 102.12 area on this trend line, and I'm going to get rid of this trend line. It's no longer valid. All right, so we're going to probably come down, test about 10200, and then we're going to see price move up, test this 50 EMA, and if we get past this 50 EMA, we're going to start moving back up to the upper limits on the dollar yen. So I'm going to look for a price to get to 102 and then move up. We're still in a consolidation zone, so that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for play in between and in this area. Dollar yen. Bounce off of 102. All right, pound yen. Pound yen is actually getting out of its very steep consolidation zone, and so we're going to have to wait and see where price goes from here. We don't really have an area of support that we can look to. These steep areas of support are easily broken, and so we're going to look for price to really give us a proper area of support here. And we're kind of still in it. We've got 1 point here, 2 and 3. We got to make a readjustment here. So we could see price move up on the pound there, because where it is right now, it's really against it. But let's see, 1, 2 points, 3. All right, or it could sell. It could get below this steep trend line here. This trend line is actually very, very steep, and it's not what we're looking for. Okay. All right, and so what else do we have? We have the dollar Swiss. The dollar Swiss, I'm going to be looking for a buy on the dollar Swiss here. Just because we're sitting here at support areas. We're sitting at support on the dollar Swiss at 88. We're at support at 88.50. All right, so we're at 88.50 as an area of support. As you can see here, our low was at 88.51, and the next day at 88.53. We're there, so we're going to look at a bounce here off of 88.50 and a move back up here on the dollar Swiss. So I'm looking for a bounce off these areas, 88.50. We're currently at 88.68. I'm looking at 88.50 as a bounce point and a move up on the dollar Swiss. So I've got a buy sentiment here on the dollar Swiss. And that's what the market's telling us, guys. I don't expect a tremendous amount of movement. We are in consolidation even here on this dollar Swiss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars within each other. And so I expect another bar to be within within the other bars as well. Kind of like an inside breakout is what we're going to be gearing up for. As you can see, this consolidation is quite strong. Okay, it's formidable. All right, so here we're going to look for a buy on the dollar Swiss. So to recap, sell on the euro dollar. Yeah, I can see a sell on the euro dollar. I'm looking for a bounce off this, off the highs though. I'm looking for price to move up on the euro dollar and then for us to get a sell on the euro dollar. I think that we see a sell on the pound dollar. I'm looking for a sell on the New Zealand dollar, sell on the Aussie dollar. Euro yen, we're going to play consolidation. Dollar yen, we're going to look for a buy if it gets down to the 10200 area. Pound yen, looking for a buy there, and the dollar Swiss once again is a buy on the dollar Swiss as well. And that is it. Oil, as you guys see, really bounced off of support and resistance here and moved down and really bouncing off this 800 MA. We're going to have to wait and see where price goes. If it comes back up to 102, we could see a further bounce because over the last few days, we're also seeing consolidation there as well. And without further news, we've got to be looking for a sell. We got to look for more consolidation, more play in between here. Push up, back down, push up, back down on oil as well. So look for consolidation play on the oil as well. All right, guys, with that pretty much sums up what we're going to be looking for. Join us in the live trade room. Join Nino as well. And, we look forward to seeing you for another edition of the Tribe Forex Power Hour. See you tomorrow. All the best. Bye-bye.